Hi, it's Stephenie with fitbodies.com, 2 T's. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, do you feed your pets healthy food too? And the answer is yes. I kind of felt like feeding them the kibble every day, twice a day, or once a day, or 3 times a day, however many times I was feeding my dogs. It just didn't feel like that was the healthiest thing when I wouldn't want to eat the same thing, the same food, day in and day out, week in and week out, year in and year out. It just didn't feel like that was the healthiest thing I could provide. And I'm in a position, let me just say right here, I'm in a position where as an empty nester, my kids are grown, I have a job that's paying me enough money that I could put some aside and feed my pets optimally. So no shame if where you're at is kibble every day, because that's what you can afford in your household. That is absolutely what you need to do. But I just want to share some options for maybe how to dress that up a little bit, or how to feed your dogs more variety. So this is kind of what I do. This is what I have in my kitchen right now, but it is different week to week depending on what I have in the fridge and the freezer. So I start out with, I purchase dehydrated whole food, dog food that's raw and organic and non-GMO. Okay, so I do invest some money in this, and I have it shipped to my house. So really totally privileged, I get that. But I'm at a place where I really want to do this for my pets, and so I do it. And so I use the dehydrated mix, and then I also have some frozen meat for dogs on the top. And again, it doesn't look very tasty, but boy, my dogs, if you could see them in the background, they are panting and so excited when I bring this out. In this mix is, it looks like there are cranberries and carrots and apple and other things besides the meat. So I use that as the base, and then I add more water to it so that there's just more liquid for the dogs. I also add, I brew my own kombucha, so I add a splash of kombucha for good gut bugs for the dogs. So I'm going to splash some kombucha in there. I had in my fridge some kombucha, or I'm sorry, I already added the kombucha. Some, what is this called? Sauerkraut, hello. Sauerkraut, and yes, you can feed your dog sauerkraut. Just like us, it can help dogs, their guts, their microbiomes be healthier. And I just do a spoonful or a forkful for the dogs. Let's see what else. I add a raw egg to each of their bowls. And yes, you can feed dogs raw eggs. This is a cheap, easy way to increase the protein. So if you are feeding your dog kibble, you could add different liquids, bone broth or kombucha to the kibble, add some water, soften it up, and then you could always add an egg to each bowl if you have more than one dog. You can add vegetables. So I'm adding, today I have in my fridge some, let's see, mushrooms and some celery, that's what it's called. Hello, I guess I need lunch too. Celery and mushrooms, so I add that to their bowls, and you should hear them. They're salivating and panting in the background. They're so excited. I have some baby arugula or rocket in my fridge, and yes, at first maybe dogs might not be interested in eating salad greens. Have you ever thought of feeding them salad greens? I don't do a lot because, you know, that's not cool. They're carnivores. They want to eat some meat, but they also can have some vegetables, fruits, and salad greens. So I put a little in there, sprinkle a little bit in there. Blueberries. Just saw some sort of a documentary about how many blueberries wolves actually eat. They consume a lot of blueberries. And our dogs have descended from wolves, and so why not some blueberries? So I have some in the freezer. I'm going to add that to the mix. So sometimes I'll add fruit, I'll add bananas, or I'll add peaches, or whatever I have. I'll add tomato. I just look through the fridge and I see whatever I eat that is healthy and tasteful. I can give my dogs, except, and I'm going to get out the book. This is the book that kind of is my guide, The Forever Dog. Fantastic book. I recommend it. But let me get my glasses. There are just a few foods that you should not feed your dog, ever. Don't feed grapes or raisins, onions, chocolate, or macadamia nuts. That's it. So everything else you can experiment with. Now, if your dog doesn't eat it, that's okay. Try something else or try it again later. Just like a little kid, sometimes it takes a few times to introduce things into the diet. Be patient, have fun with it. It is okay to give your dog table scraps if what you're eating is minimally processed, right? You don't want to give your mac and cheese to your dog necessarily, but you could give your dog maybe the spaghetti sauce if there's no onion in it, but there's meat and tomatoes. You could give them that, right? You just want to make sure that you avoid those few things. What was it? Grapes and raisins, macadamia nuts, onions, and one more thing. Ooh, I need to make a list and just post this so I remember. Chocolate. Oh yeah, we know that. Chocolate. We don't give dogs chocolate. All right, so the finished result looks like this. Can you see that? Yum. And you might be thinking, oh, my dog would never eat that in a million years. Well, just start small. Just add the egg, or just add the kombucha or the bone broth, or just add the blueberries. Just mix it up and see what happens. Experiment, all right, and see how your dog feels, how your dog acts. But it's an opportunity to feed your dogs healthier foods. Again, let me show the book. I highly recommend the book, The Forever Dog. Surprising new science to help your canine companion live longer, healthier, and younger. Rodney Habib and Dr. Shaw Becker. Yes, I highly recommend it. All right, friends, post your comments below. Share this with dog lovers everywhere. Let me know what you feed your dog. Maybe your dog likes really funky stuff. It'll be fun to see in the comments. And if you have questions, let me know. And suggestions for other things you'd like to see in video. I really appreciate your suggestions and questions. This was based on viewer questions. So hope this helps. Until next time, everybody, peace out.